Hello, thank you for joining me on another episode of Welcome to My World. Right, today guys, we're back and I'm excited for this one. I keep seeing it and I was going to do it about a month ago and I was like, I'll get around to it, And now everybody's doing it, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to only be eating the Asda Essential range for the day, basically. And I've got some snacks and yeah, so I'm going to be eating breakfast and lunch on my own because Sam's obviously at work. And then this evening I'll bring Samuel in and he can have a nice Essentials dinner. So I'm going to jump back in time to last night when me and Sam went shopping in Asda. I'll show you what we got up to, and then when we come back, I'll show you what we actually brought. Right, we're in. Now I've got to decide what I want to eat and then find it. But I have just found, I think this is the Essential range, it's yellow, peppers, and they're £1.20. Now to me, that's quite dear, but hey ho. Here, look, round lettuce. Is that in the 50p for a round lettuce? I think they're 45 in Sano's. Green beans, 84p. Is that cheap? I don't know, because I do like a bargain when it comes to food. But is this cheap? 84p for quite a lot of them, to be fair. Oh, look, we've got pork sausages, 96p. Come on, kids. What do you reckon? I'm gonna have breakfast of dreams.
Go for it.
Right, pork sausages, 96p. Let's go with them. Right, Sam thinks it's funny because
You got to use your smart price because you can't use your own.
I'm not buying eggs. I've got eggs. I won't have eggs for breakfast. That's a waste of. Oh, look, I can have bacon as well. Sausage and bacon. But that cheap?
Sausage and bacon without egg.
Wow. Unsmoked back bacon.
$1.25
for bacon. I can go down Sano's for cheaper than this. And we've drove especially here at night time. Cooking bacon. 75p, what's that? What's cooking bacon?
That's the stuff you can cook as opposed to just eating it raw.
I like raw bacon, obviously.
Yeah.
What do you do with this one? It's only 75p.
Try it.
Guess we'll figure it out. How much are they though? £5.50. Definitely cheaper in Costco. Literally, I'm not that impressed at the minute, guys, on the price of this Essentials range.
Salmon is only £10.49.
Are you having a laugh? I think this video is going to be over in about 3 seconds.
These essential things aren't as cheap as
Literally, in Iceland, I buy 3 lots of salmon with 2 pieces in each. So 6 pieces of salmon for £10. This is £10.49 for
less.
However much. Right, I'm not impressed, guys. Unless something else jumps out miraculously. I'm not impressed. What we got?
Fish cakes for lunch.
Fish cakes, £1.15. Chicken Kievs?
Yeah.
Where?
$1.99.
Is that cheap though? Where are they? We could have chicken Kievs, green beans. Only have them one each at £2.
You like the side of coleslaw?
Yeah.
45p.
45p.
There's also quiche.
£1.40. To be fair, that is cheap because quiches in Sano's are £3. Right, I guess I'm going to need butter as well. This might turn out the best butter we've ever had. What you found? Oh, don't say you found me cheap cheese slices. Put them in.
55p.
55p? Come on, actually, I'm impressed with that because I pay £1 from Iceland. But I do get 15 slices. Right, so let me show you what we actually brought. I'm not going to do the prices now, but as I eat things as we go along in the day, I will tell you the prices because I'll be easier and be quicker rather than me going through all the prices now. So we got porridge oats, we got some soft cheese, we got some coleslaw, we got some butter just spread, or soft spread rather, we got cheese slices, my absolute favourite. I love cheese slices. 6 wholemeal rolls, we got some green beans, we got some chicken Kievs, we got cooking bacon. I'm not actually sure what that is. I mean, obviously it's bacon, but it looks different, kind of. It looks like a lump, so I think you're going to have to pull it apart. It's not going to be like slices, it will be like bits that you shred off it. We got pork sausages, we got breaded fish cakes, we got caramel wafer bars, we got salted nuts, roasted and salted cashew nuts, we got potato pops, looking forward to trying them. We got 6-pack assorted maize crisps, you got 2 salt and vinegar, 2 cheese puffs, 2 onion rings, and I even got drinks for the day, diet lemonade and instant coffee. Not bad. And that all came to £13, which I'm really impressed with, to be fair. But I'm sure some of this stuff will last probably like for the week, with the porridge oats, the butter, things like that. So yeah. Right, so to start our day off, we're going to have a coffee as I normally would. I got this instant coffee in the essentials range. I'm not sure about it, if I'm honest. I can eat a lot of cheap foods. I like to shop on a budget. I like expensive stuff. I like cheap stuff. I have a range. To be fair, at the minute I have got Sano's, I think it's called like Gold Roast. It's the like Nescafe Gold Blend equivalent, do you know what I mean, like Sainsbury's own range. So I've got cheap coffee, but it's not cheap coffee. Sainsbury's do like a I think it's called Hubbard's, and it's like, it's horrible, it's terrible. And I'm thinking, I probably shouldn't say it, but this might be like that cheap one in Sano's. So I'm going to obviously give it a go, because that's what we're here to do. Obviously some people don't have the choice to, don't have the luxury of having different brands, and this is the brand that they use. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I am going to give my honest opinion. Obviously I'm not going to say it's nice if it's not, but don't think that I buy all expensive foods, because like I said, I buy cheap food brands as well. I don't normally buy this range, but who knows, it looked like there was a lot of things that we found last night that actually I would put into our weekly shop. So yeah, let's give it a go, and let's see what it tastes like. It's not very strong, but the granules do look very light. I mean, to be fair, it was less than £1. What do you expect? They're not going to give you the best quality coffee granules for less than £1. But if it tastes like coffee, who's complaining? Let's have a go. So I like a heaped teaspoon, but I'm going to go a little bit more just in case it is quite a weak coffee. Right, so I put more coffee than I normally would. It doesn't look as strong. I'm not sure what it looks like on camera, but it doesn't look as strong as I would usually have. Right, let's give it a taste test. Do you know what? That actually tastes like coffee. I don't mean to say that in a disrespectful way, but like I said, I have brought cheap Sainsbury's coffee at the Hubbard's range, and it's absolutely vile. Like, I literally physically couldn't drink it. It was absolutely disgusting. But this old instant coffee, just Essentials Asda. Yeah, I think I'd probably put a tiny bit more coffee in, so it's just a little bit stronger. But it's it tastes like coffee. I'll drink that, to be fair. 84. Let's have a look. Right, I found my receipt out. 83p, guys. 83p for a cup of coffee. I'm well impressed with this. The only thing that I won't be using today is the milk, because the Essentials range didn't do a milk that I would use. So I think it was like skimmed UHT milk that they do, and I drink oat milk. So unfortunately, as I drink coffees today, I'm going to be using my own milk. But I'm definitely going to be using that. I'm well impressed with this. 83p. 83p. It actually tastes like coffee. Right, so next is breakfast. So I'm going to get my bits out, show you what I've got, show you how much they came to, and we'll make breakfast. Right, so first meal of the day is going to be breakfast. So we've got our 6 wholemeal rolls. They were, I'm just looking at my receipt, they were 52p. Soft cheese was 80p. The soft spread, 83p. The cheese slices were 55p. And the bacon was 75p, and the pork sausages were 96p. So a total £4.41 for breakfast. Obviously I'm going to have loads of bacon left, I'm going to have loads of sausage left, I'm going to have rolls left, I'm going to have loads of butter and loads of cheese and cheese slices left. I'm going to use the most ingredients, so it's going to come to more, but obviously I will still have quite a bit left over. So guys, I just also quickly wanted to say I'm going to be cooking everything in the air fryer today or on the hob. I'm trying to eat a bit healthier, hence we have an air fryer. We brought it about a month ago from Costco. I'll put the link in the description because it's absolutely amazing. Please go and watch that video. We're going to be doing an updated video soon. We are going to be using the air fryer to cook today, so that's what I just wanted to say. It's obviously a lot healthier, and obviously some of the things that I'm eating today I wouldn't eat on a daily basis as a diabetic, but you can eat everything in moderation. I just have to work out the carbs, and I'm trying to, you know, this video to appeal to everybody really, not just diabetics. I will tell you what carbs is in some of the things as much as I can. This is a, you know, just essentials diet for the day, so I'm trying to eat things that I would eat, but like I said, I don't eat these things every day. I've been bike riding and walking more, so yeah, just trying to get a bit healthier, and the air fryer is a great way to do that. So, and it's also so much cheaper. We're trying to save money, hence, which is why I'm trying this range as well, because we might bring some of these things into our food shop each week. We'll see. Right, so as you can see, obviously we're going to be having bacon rolls and pork sausage rolls. We've got our butter here for the bread, and then we've got cheese slices and some soft cheese, because you can never have enough cheese, and cheeses are quite low carb for diabetics. On these ones we've got 7 carbs per 100 grams, so the half of that pack, so there's like 10 slices. So for you to have 5 slices of these, which I wouldn't obviously, that would be like 7 grams of carbs. You know what I mean if you're diabetic. And then this soft cheese has 5.5 grams of carbs per 100 grams, and it's got 10 servings, so not many carbs at all. The butter is 0.5 grams per 100 grams. You would never have 100 grams of butter on a roll. These rolls, obviously, which is going to be my big carb intake on this one, is 23 per roll. So if I was to have 2 of these, which I'm going to have, you know, that's like what, 46 grams of carbs for these 2 rolls, which, like I said, I guess unless it was a treat. So I'm looking at these as a treat today, but I wouldn't. They're only little rolls, but I would never have rolls every day for breakfast. These sausages are 10 grams per 2 sausage, which I'll have 2 sausage. Carbs on this is 1 gram per 100, and there's 500 grams in here, so this is literally nothing. So like I said, meat is a lot of meat doesn't really have any carbs or low carbs, so it's just, I guess, how you cook it as well to make it even healthier, which is why I'm using my air fryer. Right, so this is the bacon that I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. So it's just in like stringy form. I guess it is kind of like, yeah, it's just in stringy form really. So I'm going to shove that in the air fryer. Don't know how much to take, but it's only going to be for 1 roll. I'm going to do 1 sausage roll and 1 bacon roll, so let's just do a nice amount, shall we? Right, so that's our bacon and that's our sausage. I'm going to start off with 15 minutes at 200. Right, also while breakfast is cooking, I've got some porridge oats which I brought for the chickens. And now you may think, the chickens? But yeah, I buy porridge oats for the chickens. When the colder weather comes, they really enjoy porridge. And in the mornings I make it like a sloppy porridge. It warms them up. It's not that cold today, so I'm just going to give them the dry porridge oats as I do when it's not too cold. So let's see if they like their porridge oats. Oh yeah, and the porridge oats were 70p. Let's let out the chucks. You ready, chucks? You got some porridge today? Asda Essentials is what we're on. Right, come on, chucks. Come and get your pot. Oh, no fighting. Oh, they like them. No fighting, girls. Come here, look, you got another bowl here. Chuk, 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 chuk. Here, chuk, 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 chuk. Chuk, 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 chuk. Yeah, good girl. Guys, what do we think of that? I'm well impressed. The that bacon looks absolutely. Can we open it again? Yeah, that bacon looks absolutely divine. Sausage looks really lovely as well. And also, I only put one sausage on because the rolls are quite small. So I think once the other one's cooled down, I'll give it to the pooches. Sorry, I'm in my humming room again, where the animals all reside. So yeah, right. Let's try the sausage one. Although I'm ignoring the powder on the top because it reminds me of like crumpled chalk, and it. All them sausages are really flavoursome. They've got a lot of flavour in them sausages. They're not like bland. Cheese spread is like soft cheese. The soft cheese is like soft cheese that you would get anywhere. The rolls are nice and soft as well, and I'm impressed with them. Let's try the bacon. This bacon looks delicious. Let's try a bit on its own before we... I like crispy bacon. Got some cheese on it. Mmm, crunchy. Oh, that bacon's nice. Mmm. That is really tasty, guys. It's a strong flavoured bacon. I'm not sure what it was going to be like, but that is... Oh, that is really tasty. Let's taste it with the cheese slice and the cheese spread. I was going to buy some sauce, but I have so many sauces at home. I can't fit another one in my cupboard, so I just opted for the cheese spread. It's really, really tasty. That is strong flavour as well. Like, you know, again, I've bought cheap bacon. I know I keep referring back to the Hubbards range at Sainsbury's, but that's not so tasty. There ain't nothing wrong with that, guys. Guys, that is really tasty. That is not like I'm eating cheap food. Like I said, I like expensive stuff. I like cheap stuff. I'm trying to cut down at the minute, so I thought we'd go for the essentials range. But I definitely would... these rolls are really nice and soft. I'd definitely eat them again. The cheese slices are cheese slices. The soft cheese tastes like soft cheese. The bacon and the sausage actually have quite a strong flavour. I thought they were going to be bland, but I'm really impressed with those. Ooh. I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me eat the whole of my meal because I've still got meals and snacks to go. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to carry on eating my breakfast because it's absolutely delicious. And I'll be back when it's time to eat lunch. Lola, want sausage? You can have half a sausage. Good girl. Milo, do you want sausage? Whoa, nom nom nom. Guys, it's time for coffee number 2. We're going to do pretty much 2 teaspoons of coffee this time because, like I said, it could have been a little bit stronger, but it's got a really nice taste to it. It's really flavoursome. Actually, that's actually a bit too strong. Maybe 2 teaspoons is a bit too much. Overall, a really good breakfast, and also, like I said, although it cost £4.41, by having 2 sausages, and to be fair, I only had one because I gave the dogs one, as you just seen. The 2 rolls, obviously the rolls would last me for 3 days, and the sausage would last me for 4 days, and the bacon would probably last me all week, like if I had that amount each day. So yes, £4.41 was probably quite a dear overall, but like I said, that was for the butter, which will last all week, the spread, which will last most of the week, the cheese slices will last a few days. I do eat a lot of cheese slices. So yeah, so overall the breakfast, very tasty and something that will last for most of the week, really. It's that time again where it's my next meal, and I'm still full up from breakfast because I tend to eat breakfast. If I eat it early, then I will have like a snacky, something snacky at lunchtime, like some nuts or some low carb crisps or these low carb cheese things that I eat. And then obviously if I'm busy in the morning and I have a later lunch, then I wouldn't have breakfast. So I'm trying to cut down basically on my carbs so that I can take less insulin is my aim in life. So yes, so obviously not today because we're you right, Milo? We're doing the essentials food for the day. So let's get into lunch. Right, so for lunch we are going to be having 2 breaded fish cakes and some coleslaw. The breaded fish cakes were £1.15 and the coleslaw was 45p. Now I'm only going to have a little tablespoon of this or so, and then I'm going to use it for tonight's dinner as well. So I'm not sure if there'll be any left over, but It's basically done a couple of meals, and these obviously I will eat in one sitting now. So we're going to put these in the air fryer and see what they turn out like. A little close up, let's cut into these to see what they look like. Looks like a fish cake should. Bit of fish, bit of breadcrumbs, bit of whatever else goes inside. Very hot. Doesn't smell that fishy. It's not really fishy. I'm glad it's not really fishy. As much as I love fish, I don't like fishy fish, if that makes sense. I like it to taste of fish, but not over fishy. Too fishy. Sometimes these cheaper ones, they don't, I don't know, overfish them. They put something in them. I don't know, sometimes the cheaper ones, they're really, really fishy, but these are not really fishy. This is really tasty. That batter's nice. The batter's nice as well. Or the breadcrumbs, whatever it is on the outside. Nice and crispy. I tell you, that air fryer cooks perfect. Let's try the coleslaw. You can see the coleslaw. One thing I'll be honest as well is I'm not that keen on is cheap coleslaw. They have more of an earthy taste. And this one, to be fair, is quite earthy. If you like that, fantastic. Shouldn't really spit your mouth for, should you? I'm trying to wait. Yeah, really enjoying the fish cake. Their coleslaw, like I said, I've never been that keen or impressed by cheap coleslaw. At the end of the day, I do understand a lot of people, these are the type of foods that they will eat, and there's nothing wrong with them. The only thing is, you know, some people are a little bit conscious. So for example, somebody, you know, like myself, like I'm lucky enough to be able to afford more expensive brands and cheaper brands, but at the minute, you know, I'm not working because of my health, and so I want to cut down, you know, I want to cut down on some of the things that we spend, and I'm really trying to, you know, and food is the only really place that we can cut down on, because you can't cut down on your bills. We have, although to be fair, we have made a few changes, so our electricity bills are a little bit lower, just like obviously we've got a lot of tanks and things, so we've like we've decreased the lights, how long they're on as well, obviously within their range of what they need, but we just had them on way longer than we needed to. We make sure we turn off lights when we come out of rooms. We don't leave all the lights on. We cook now in our air fryer, which obviously saves so much money. We very, very rarely ever turn our cooker on, which is a huge saving, to be fair, because like I explained, it's old. It takes about 30 minutes to warm up, and it takes like double the time to cook the food, so it is not a good one. This air fryer, you turn it on, it takes less time than it does to cook in an oven, and you don't have no warm-up time. It's pretty much instant, so that is another saving. So yeah, we're really trying to make some differences. And this range of food, you know, you shouldn't be embarrassed if this is the range of food that you have to buy. I mean, I'm lucky enough, I still have the choice that I'm choosing to cut down and maybe bring some of these foods into our shopping budget, like I said, but you know, there isn't anything wrong with them. But one thing I would say is it's a shame for people to be embarrassed about this, obviously, but the people that are a little bit conscious, or you know, the people that can afford it, can afford different foods, but you know, like me, want to try these foods. Like, you know, people look at you when you're walking around with yellow, you know, a trolley full of yellow labels, because they know it's the essentials range, and people should not judge. It really does my head in. I don't give a shit. I walk around with a mouthful of yellow essential stuff in my trolley. I really don't care what people think, but you know, there's a lot of people out there, it's a shame, that do care, and you know, they're embarrassed to you know, it's not, you can't hide the big yellow packaging, so maybe it shouldn't be so, you know, visible that it's, yeah, I'm still drinking this, it's not getting any better, you know. So that is a shame that, you know, people judge because you've got the big yellow labels, knowing that it's cheaper. But you know, one day they might be in hardship, or you know, not able to afford the the more expensive ranges. So, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what your circumstances could be one day. It's that time. Samuel has come home from work and he's just taking the dogs on a walk, and I'm getting a nice coffee ready for him for when he comes back. This is my 3rd cup of instant coffee today, and also I forgot to say on the last time I spoke to you, the lemonade was 26p. I think his milk's gone off. I'm gonna have to use Coffee Mate. What's the bloody chances? His milk's gone off. Right, okay, let me make him another one with a Coffee Mate and then we'll be back. But I was just gonna say, caramel wafer bars. We're gonna have, once Sam gets back off his walk with the dogs, we're gonna have a coffee and a caramel wafer bar. And these were 57p. And each one, just if you're curious, has 11 grams of carbs per bar. Nice. Well, this is my 3rd cup of...
You're not very good at getting me in frame.
It's because you're too tall.
Why are you crouching?
I don't actually know. I fit perfectly in the camera. Right, come on then, let's have a go on. Let's get your first opinion of the day.
This is nothing but boiling water.
What do you mean?
There's no milk in it, it's going to be boiling.
It's got... That's because your milk's gone off. I always say to my girl, is your milk alright? Yeah, it's fine. What we reckon?
It tastes like coffee, but it's a little bit blander.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's fine, you could quite happily drink it. You might have to use an extra teaspoonful if you really want a full taste of coffee, but...
That's what I said.
It's a bit blander.
Yeah, it's definitely
there's
blander.
nothing wrong with it, it's not a disgusting, horrible taste.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said I thought that it was taste of coffee.
Yeah, we've had cheap coffee in the past, like really cheap coffee, and it's just disgusting.
That one we had from Stoner's is still in the cupboard actually, if no one wants it, I'll send it. Oh my god, isn't it horrible? But that's a cheap coffee.
Yeah, it doesn't taste anything like coffee, it just tastes horrible.
It's just, I thought that might have been the same, because it's like, the granules are light, you know, like, airy, but that actually does taste like coffee. Maybe that's all it is.
Maybe when they formed it into the freeze-dried coffee, they just added air to it. Because you'll probably find if you compare that to a jar of coffee of a similar size, the grams, like the net weight, is a lot lower, just because maybe the granules are more full of air, they're more porous. Maybe it's just quality coffee but more air.
Because you haven't had a review like that all day, have you? Wait till you come in to give a proper review.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? What's it? I'll show me up here, kid. Right, anyway, we've got caramel wafer bars, and these are 57p for 5. Just took some insulin. I didn't realise they were caramel wafer, I thought they were wafer. I don't think you can go wrong with caramel wafers, but we'll see.
They're nice. I like the normal caramel wafer bars that the name escapes me, the old red and gold striped ones.
And they're just called wafer?
They might be. They're nice.
They're more chewy, but is it the caramel?
Probably. Yeah, they're good.
I'd buy them again. That's what I was saying earlier, like, people might be embarrassed.
Yeah.
You can't hide the big yellow labels. Like when you go shopping, like I said, I don't give a shit, and neither do you. Like, I'd fill a trolley if I wanted to, but other people might want to keep it a bit of a secret, like that they don't. Do you know what I mean? They don't.
Maybe you find it less embarrassing that you had the option of it not being that. Like you're doing that by choice, not by necessity.
Yeah, but with the cost of living, well, I'm doing it as a necessity. I'm trying to find alternative foods that are nice for a cheaper. Yeah, we do still in a position where we can choose to buy cheaper things to make life easier, but obviously people don't have that choice. But
well, I'd say the coffee and the chocolate bars are fine. Happy to keep having them.
Yeah. We've got 3 left for work. Although it's Friday tomorrow, so we've only got 1 day.
You saying I should take them all tomorrow for work?
How many friends left at you? You've got nice friends at work.
They won't give a toss.
You've got 3 friends in tomorrow, you can all have one each.
I'm not sharing my chocolate bars.
Does Wendy watch his videos?
Yeah.
I think Wendy will be angry now. She's seen this video and knowing that you didn't bring
This video goes up at 7 o'clock. I'll have eaten it way before.
Wendy, I'm sorry. He told you to bring him one. I told him to bring you one in. Isn't he mean?
I'll leave one on her desk in the morning. It'll confuse her until 7 o'clock. Right,
so we're back and it is time to make dinner for me and Sam. We're going to have chicken Kiev each, which I'm going to do in the air fryer. I'm going to boil up some green beans. Maybe I'll stick them in the air fryer at the end just to crisp them up for something different. I'm going to do these potato pops in the air fryer, and obviously the coleslaw will just be spooned on. Oh yeah, also I just wanted to say, because I forgot, keep forgetting, sorry, the chicken Kievs were $1.99, which I don't think is that cheap really. You can get cheaper than that in like Iceland and bits and bobs. The green beans were 84p. The potato pops were 72p. And again, the coleslaw is 45p. So carbs wise, the green beans are 4 grams of carbs per 100 grams of green beans, and they're 240 grams of carbs for the whole bag. The chicken Kievs are 11 grams of carbs per 100 grams of food. There's 260 in there, so what, I don't know, 12, 13 grams of carbs per chicken Kiev. And the potato ball things, they are 31 grams of carbs per quarter pack. So the pack is 500 grams, so what, 125 grams of potato balls are 31 grams of carbs. And just for fun, I'm going to actually weigh out 125 grams of potato pops, because I'm just curious how many you'll get per quarter bag. So let's have a little nose. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is bang on 125. What did we say? Yeah, 125 grams of carbs. So that's actually good to know, because I will have that many as a portion for mine so that I can carb it accordingly so I can take my insulin. Right, that is our dinner. So this is Sam's one and this is my one. I know it's a little bit cheating, but I did put some salt, pepper and a little bit of garlic powder on the green beans, and I fried them in the soft spread that obviously was Essentials, because I feel people will have condiment things in their cupboard, so that's not cheating really.
See, like salt, pepper, brown sauce, tomato sauce, all in this range anyway.
I didn't see salt and pepper or garlic, but we did see like sauces. But
so you can still buy sauces.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to buy sauces because I've already got them in. Like these foods that I brought, we haven't got in, so it's like
we've already got bottled the tomato sauce open and
too many sauces. So I'm not using sauce on this, but I did use condiments on the on these to make them look nicer. So let's go to the table. Let's give it a try. This is our little dinner. Thanks for joining us. We've been dining alone today. That's me as in a third person.
Yeah.
Could you?
You didn't even look in the eyes.
7 years bad luck.
Only to you. That's bland. Like that's really not great.
I don't like it. Don't it taste like tonic water?
Yeah. Where's the flavour?
Do you know what I mean? It's very bland. It don't taste lemony. And don't we like cheap lemonade? Like I said, I eat all.
There's no lemon taste to it.
Yeah.
It's like someone's got fizzy water and it's got that kind of bitter taste from the carbonation.
Like I said earlier, it tastes like carbonated water.
Yeah.
But we have to drink it because we can't waste money.
Locked down in one.
If that's how you wish to get through it.
Probably the quickest way to get through it. I don't know why I keep going back to it. That's bloody horrible.
Yeah, I don't think Asda Essentials lemonade is the greatest. So yeah, so these are our chicken Kievs. Hopefully you saw earlier when I did you try a bowl.
Yeah, it's like them old potato smiley faces but in ball form.
Well, they're really nice.
No, nothing wrong with them.
And for 31 carbs, for me, as a diabetic, because obviously I portion my carbs, 17 is quite a lot.
17 balls for 31 carbs. Oh. Yeah, they're fine. I'd have them again. Juices keeps out me Kiev, but then that happens on all Kievs anyway.
Yeah, I always find that the juice drips out.
I mean, yeah, obviously it's a processed meat, but pretty much all chicken Kievs are, unless you buy some ridiculously fancy one. But that's no different to any other chicken Kiev.
Oh, so hot, yeah, chicken Kiev. And to be fair, I don't think they're that cheap. They're $1.99 for, which I think is like a normal price in the store brands.
Yeah, green beans. What you might not like about them though, when we normally buy green beans, we buy the frozen ones and they're the very fine green beans. These ones are a bit bigger and a bit more fibrey kind of thing.
Yeah, like the ends, they
got stalks on.
Really big stalks on.
Yeah.
But this is why I kind of fried them up at the end. Not so healthy, I know, but I fried them up at the end just to crisp them a bit, so they had a bit more texture and flavour to them.
These are just green beans, and
yeah.
You fried them, added some salt, pepper, butter, bit of garlic. They taste nice. They taste like green beans.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, you don't like green beans anyway. You like the very fine ones. They're not so chewy. These, you've seasoned them nicely. They cook nicely, but same as you, I prefer the skinnier ones, which aren't so fibrous. So, just based on that, I would give them like a 4 or 5. But
yeah, low.
I would score normal green beans that kind of score anyway. I'm not a massive fan of them.
Yeah, and you have to have really hot ones, don't you? So you're not. You like really hot green beans. Or
yeah, when they go cold, they don't taste nice. The lemonade, on the other hand.
Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry, guys.
That's atrocious. Like.
Drink water instead.
Yeah, I'd rather just have water. Even if I was really thirsty and that was the only option, I'd drink it, but I wouldn't be happy about it.
No, I mean, if someone served it at their house, obviously I would drink anything that somebody served me or cooked me because, you know, they've spent their own money, you know, providing you with food or drink, but it's not something personally I would buy. I'd rather drink tap water than if I was in a position where, you know, I could afford pop and it had to be this, I would go with that.
Yeah, I'd rather have the water.
Yeah.
Out.
Right, we're back for our midnight snack.
Snacks.
I'm tired. You're tired.
Definitely.
We're tired. Right. Normally we don't have late night snacks, but sometimes you do fancy them. Right, so we've got these crisps, and these crisps were 62p for 6 bags of crisps, 2 salt and vinegar, 2 cheese puffs, 2 onion rings. Oh, I love onion rings.
So that's not really all one type of crisp, that's like the classic party food mix that you have in bowls as a kid.
Oh yeah, them salt and vinegar. I love them salt and
Salt and vinegar
sticks. Do you like them? Do you
onion
don't
rings.
like salt and vinegar crisps?
Yeah, they're alright. It depends on the vinegar. Sometimes it's a bit like sharp and
And then the nuts. One was 46p and one was 73p. I imagine
so I think the cashews are expensive
with
ones.
the dearer ones, yeah.
Although, I feel like there's more in this bag, even though it's cheaper. 200 grams.
125.
Yep. So you get nearly double the amount of these, just because they're not cashews.
Yeah, they're cheaper. So these are roasted and salted cashews.
These are salted.
Yeah. And what's the carb like on these? So you've got...
That's 7.1 per 100.
And these are 19 grams of carbs per 100, so obviously they're better.
These are better all round.
Yeah. Although they're better tasting. And these...
Debatable.
And these ones you've got each bag. One's 9, one's 13, and one's 8.6. Oh, which one's 8.6? The onion rings are the lowest per pack.
That's because they got all in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. And then the 9.9 for the cheese puffs and salt and vinegar ones are 13, so that's the higher. But still, that's like one shot of insulin.
Yeah.
If I was to eat a whole bag of that. Cheese puffs. These are the 9.9 grams of carbs.
These are the Watsits.
They literally are.
The cheese flavouring tastes a little bit different, but
It's
I
not
might
strong.
actually prefer it.
It's not as strong as a what's it, but
It's not as...
bland.
It's not bland.
No, I mean it's not like a bland cheese puff.
There's something like... Think Watsit, but think slightly different cheese flavouring.
I mean it's not the same.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
Cheese
to be
coating.
quite the same flavour. Like Watsits maybe like red Leicestery, whereas this is more cheddary, kind of maybe a bit more of a creamier cheese.
The strong cheese taste, but you're right, they're not exactly the same as what's it. Now these used to be my favourite as a kid, the salt and vinegar sticks. And these are 13 grams per bag of carb. They're a bit bland.
There's that initial like hit of vinegar but not much else. There's no real salty flavour or anything, it's just a sharp bit of vinegar and then stuff that goes into mush.
These would be good for like babies.
Mm.
The baby clouds not really crisp around, but
Yeah, why not?
And cheese puffs and stuff, I'm sure they'd eat. Probably not onion rings. Now, we are big fans of onion rings, aren't we? And you don't really get actually a branded onion ring,
it always
do you?
seems to
They're
be
all
like the store's own.
cheap brand. Let's have a go on these.
They're probably all in the same factory. So the actual onion ring itself is quite crispy, like it's quite solid for an onion ring. It's not as
Lazy, soft. Yeah, they are hard onion rings. They're oniony, but they're not the strongest flavour of.
It's like whatever powdered stuff they use to form up and make the ring that isn't powdered. It's like it's made of bigger bits.
I think my favourite is the cheese puff.
Not a lot of flavour, not a lot of flavour. Combine them.
Or a triple maize. How is it?
The onion ring just completely overpowered the vinegar stick thing. Oh, two at once.
Is that not rude?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Well, what do you think it looks like?
I'm not eating it like that one.
Look at these ones. You want some of these ones? That was more than I thought.
Ready salted peanuts. Well, they're a bit bland, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, I was going to say they don't taste any different, but they do.
They have like a weird aftertaste. No, they taste like peanuts.
But I'm not sure why. How can you make it taste any different? It's still just... It's peanuts like any other ones. And they've got salt on them. But, yeah, there is a bit of an aftertaste. They do taste different.
I mean, it's not.
I won't say it's like bad way.
Yeah.
It's not as offensive as that lemonade is. I would quite happy to sit and eat a bag of these.
Yeah, it's just a different flavour to you.
Yeah, it's just not what you expect.
No.
I think if someone gave me them, or they were on the side, I'd think they're stale, like they'd been out a few days. But I'd still eat them because they taste good. They're just not what you expect.
Let's go on last ones.
Cashews.
Now, these are our favourite, aren't they?
The honey roast ones are nice.
Yeah. They didn't have any roast.
But again,
They've got a weird twang to them.
maybe it's the salt they use. Maybe it's the same salt on both of them.
Not like him.
No.
No, they've got a weird aftertaste. And I've bought nuts before, like store brand.
All the nuts we buy are store brand.
Yeah. Even by like Poundland do nuts and they do really nice
it's
nuts.
not like we do KP nuts or anything, it's just whatever's there.
I mean, we do cookies.
So, yeah, they're pretty nice. I like them onion rings.
I think my cheese puffs are my favourite. But they're all nice, and like I said, we've got to remember this is
How much
they're
was
so much
a bag
cheaper
of
than
crisps?
we.
They're like 70p or something for 6 bags.
Were they called snacks? Because they were 62p.
It's a bargain. That's
6
like
bags of crisps, just like just tiny
just
bit
over
over
10
10p.
pence per bag.
Yeah, it's like when you were when we were kids. Like, well,
Don't get
for
a bag
me,
of
like
Space Invaders for 10p.
30 years ago, when you could buy a bag of crisps for 10p, like.
Memories, memories. What?
No, Asda's made it possible again. I would definitely, if you want to see us do more store challenges, if we see any of them, we'll try and jump on the bandwagon and do them for you. But yeah, I've enjoyed this one.
Yeah, don't knock it till you tried it. It's, most of it was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. I think because I buy a wide variety of nuts, don't I? Like I'll buy
You like pistachios
walnuts,
and all sorts of
pistachios,
stuff.
yeah. We even go to Costco and buy like the big tubs, and they're not cheap, to be fair. So I am accustomed.
You get a lot in them.
I am accustomed to a deer nut, but I do also buy storm. I do also buy storm. I'm going to start with the nuts. These nuts are crap. Let's just go there.
No, I bet the salted ones are nice. It's just they do have a slightly different aftertaste, but I think that's just down to the salt they use.
Okay, so let's reword it. If you're not accustomed to expensive nuts like I am, and obviously cheap ones as well, but I am accustomed to nice nuts. But if you weren't, and you just were eating these essential nuts.
Essential nuts. I gotta get your nuts in.
You wouldn't know the difference between an expensive and cheap nut with an aftertaste. Because nuts should never have to taste. Yeah, anyway, so all this stuff that we brought, £13.73, which is quite good because
we got coffee. Normally,
the coffee will last for ages.
If you get a big old jar of Nescafe, that's like £6-7. That's half the shopping.
The spread, I say butter, but it was
Marge.
It was very soft, like a marge. The cheese, basically, most of this stuff will last. Obviously, the main foodie bits they've gone, but like things like the nuts, things like the butter, things like the
bacon,
the spread,
sausages.
the bacon, the sausage, they'll last. Overall, I would say we could switch, or we would switch some of our weekly shopping to. We would switch some of our weekly shopping to some of these bits. I wouldn't choose a lemonade or the nuts.
No, I guess that's like you got to try them to see what they taste like. Some of them you're gonna, it's maybe not as good as the brand name or the one you're used to, but it's still nice.
Mm.
And considering the cost difference, well worth it. But other times it's going to be like, nah. But
then, like for families that don't eat the more expensive ranges and don't eat the luxury ranges and just eat the essential ranges, they wouldn't know the difference. They wouldn't know about the more expensive ones, and these have good flavour as a whole. They have good flavour and similar flavours to the more expensive things. Some of them, obviously not, but.
Or you could look at it a slightly different way. And if your kids are not used to fizzy drinks anyway, give them that lemonade and they'll never like fizzy drinks and they'll just want water all the time.
You don't have to choose to drink that. That is
no, that's something someone will be forced to drink.
Yeah. That's not very...
Behave, kids. Get a glass of
lemonade. Do you want that lemonade? Yeah.
Eat your dinner.
Eat your dinner or we'll make you drink a glass of lemonade. Lemonade out. Oh, I'm sorry.
Lemonade's coming to get you.
As an adult, I'm scared. But I am drinking it because I'm not wasting my 26p. I've enjoyed trying this, and like I said, we'll definitely incorporate some of these things. And I will definitely be going back to look for other things, because we went at night time and we did realise that a lot of the stuff was out of stock. Like there was no pizzas, there was no...
the meats, most of them are gone.
Yeah, so if you're going to obviously go shopping for this range as well, go in the morning because it seems to be very popular. See you next Friday at 7 PM. I'm not sure what our video is going to be. We'll see. Will Sam be in it? Will he not be in it?
Who knows?
Who knows? Will I be in it?
Maybe.
It might just be Sam.
Doubtful.
Do you want to see a video on your own one week?
No.
Set the camera up, you can talk, you can dance, you can see.
Memories.
Now, as driven, you can show me nuts.
No.